Sis, you listening? Sis, sometimes it's you that's the problem. The self-sabotage is real. Welcome to Beneath the Seams, where we peel back the layers of clothing and makeup that protects us and get personal. It's about me, it's about you, and what's trending too. If you have never seen this face before, hello, darling. I'm 𝘨𝘨𝘭𝘵, and you could be anywhere on the .coms of the internet, but guess what? The algorithm made you land here on me, and I appreciate you for that. So it is the end of the year, and as you all keep reminding me every other post on social media, it is the end of a decade. And through some self-reflection and self-thought, I have determined and decided that sometimes, girl, you be in your own way. The self-sabotage is real. So I am here to let you know that sis, you listening? Sis, sometimes it's you that's the problem. I am sis. She is me. I am her. Let's go beneath the seams. So listen, we are all goal planning and reflecting on our 2019s and preparing for our 2020s. But for me, it's been reflecting on my 1991 through my 2019, my entire life. And though this year has been one of the most difficult, the absolute most difficult, in fact, year of my life, it has been very rewarding in the fact that it forced me to really discover myself and really own my shit. And through that process, I realized, you know what? You are in your own way. Many days I want to give up so badly. Like, I wake up and the idea of trying burdens me and weighs me down. And I realized that it was because of my own negative self-talk and my own view of self. No one was discouraging me. No one was telling me I wasn't good enough or that I couldn't do it. But I was saying these things to myself. And I realized that it's that negative self-talk that has me in my own way. Now, through a lot of me feeling depressed and down and you know, having those negative self-talks with myself, I was able to pull myself out of it with positive self-talk and get back into a space where I was creating and mixing and mingling and just getting back to myself. But I want to make sure that my positive self-talk never lands myself in that space again. And I have to get out of my own way. And by doing so, I have to make sure that I just keep going. No matter what it is, you have to just keep going. It's interesting because sometimes people believe in you more than you believe in yourself. I realized that over this year, the hardest part of it all has been simply believing in myself. Simply believing that I can do this. And thank God for those people around me who didn't just let me say, you know what, actually you can't do it. So thank God for having a good circle. Make sure you get you a good circle and you keep positive people around you, because those were the people who really helped pull me out of it and made me realize, you know what, I can do this. And people support me and believe in me, and people believing in me, friends and family, helped me get back to believing in myself. Crazy because sometimes when we're in the midst of like really down in ourselves, it's the people around us who are rooting for us the most. You know, we are all rooting for you. And I just think that if we keep that in mind, that there are people rooting for us and that in most cases, the good does outweigh the bad, then that will be the driving force to make sure that we speak nicely to ourselves. And as we know, a lot of time that self-doubt comes from the comparison complex, which as we know is the thief of all joy. But a way to combat that is to, every time you think to compare yourself to somebody else's journey and something else that they have going on, do something for yourself. So if you're scrolling through Instagram and you see someone who is doing something you want to do, or you feel like they just bought a house and you know this was the year where you wanted to buy your house, go and do something. Do research on that house. Do research on mortgage financing, or, you know, look at neighborhoods that you want to live in. Stop immediately in that moment and go do something for yourself that pertains to that goal. That has been definitely one of the things that have gotten me through, particularly when I'm in a creative funk. So I said that I was giving myself until the end of the year to finish throwing my pity party and to finish doubting myself and to finish questioning every move that I make. Giving myself to the end of the year. So we got about a hot 2 weeks left, and then I'm done. I'm done with the self-doubt. I'm done with the negative self-talk, and I have to really get a grip and get out of my own way. And I encourage you to do the same. Your words and your thoughts enter the universe. I think your words enter your universe far more than your thoughts because you have allowed them to physically manifest via sound. But in terms of your thoughts become things as well. And if you're having these negative thoughts, you subconsciously and self-consciously begin to manifest those things. And you stand in your own way and you don't even try something. You don't even start because of the fear of failing or because of the fear of, not getting it right. And we have to be very mindful of the conversations that we have with ourselves. I know my friends say that I give very good advice. And thank you, I appreciate it. That's a compliment. But I don't follow my own advice. And that is also one of the things that I have to continue to do so that I can combat that negative self-talk and continue to get out of my own way. And I want to be perfectly clear. I'm not saying don't allow yourself to feel. In fact, you should do the exact opposite and allow yourself to feel, because sadness is a real emotion. Fear is a real emotion. But what I'm saying is don't allow these emotions to overcome you and to completely absorb your being, because that's when it turns into negative self-talk, downing yourself, not believing yourself. Moral of the story is, in this thing called life, as we experience this thing called living, there are going to be so many challenges and so many things that come up against us. Life is hard. And throughout each day, there's going to be things that we have to deal with, things that we have to sort through. And throughout our lives, there are going to be many challenges and difficulties. So because there are so many things that are going to organically come up against us, we should be one less thing that comes up against ourselves. Boom. Woo child, per usual, I like to end things on a positive note, so we're gonna redirect the energy and switch it on back to positivity. And usually I like to share a positive note from other people or, positive videos or content I found on the internet. But today's positive note is gonna come from me because this topic was so personal, and this is the very last episode of the season and of the year. So I think it's fitting for me to close it on out. And it's gonna be very simple. Don't doubt you, be about you. And yes, I said you. But seriously, don't doubt you, be about you. If you don't, who will? All right, guys, that concludes this episode and this season of Beneath the Scenes. Listen, 10 episodes, 10 episodes are locked and loaded. We done talked about everything from dating to student loans, self-care, friendships, you name it, we have discussed it. And I'm so proud of myself. I'm gonna take a moment to acknowledge that I started something that I have wanted to do for so long, and I'm making it happen. I'm thriving, I'm pushing through, and I have completed an entire season. So if you ain't caught up, you got about 10 episodes over the holiday to go catch up on. But of course, before we get out of here, I need you to do me a favor, and that is what? Double tap that ass. And by ass, I mean mine in this video. Give it some likes, give it some love, some hearts. Share it with a friend, your mama, your daughter, your sister, your brother. Share it, because sharing is caring. Thank you. So until you see my face in this space again, I want you to have a very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you right back here next year. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. Mwah! Bye guys.